Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman news gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know it can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman news.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman news. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go. Let's start this show. Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back. We back again for another 2 hour conversation about so many things. In today's show, like almost every Wednesday show, I mixed it up. We're going to do some local news and we're going to get into the hot topics. So sit back, relax. I hope you have your drink today. Choice of beverage for me is orange juice. Been talking a lot. I need to get the throat together. Of course, this is another day where I've been working my other jobs prior to getting up. So I'm glad that we're back. We're gonna be getting into a lot of topics today. Shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for supporting me. Listen, yesterday I went on a Twitter spaces where you have those conversations on Twitter. And I got shouted out and our channel got shouted out. And so if you're here because of that, thank you and welcome to the channel. Please subscribe. Um, and also turn on those notifications. Shout out to my members. Shout out to the moderators. I always appreciate seeing y'all. Y'all always are a force to be reckoned with. And if you haven't hit that like button, please go ahead and give me a little love this morning, a little hug. I appreciate it because all likes matter over here. Whether you agree or disagree with the conversation, we're having the conversation. So please like the button just for that. And subscribe to the channel. Again, turn on those notifications so you know when I drop a video. And if you want to show me some love, it's always from the heart. It's never no pressure. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can always send me some love at $ Roma L Jackson. Everything is appreciated, goes back to the channel. Feeding me, honestly. I stop and give me a little meal every throughout the day. And so I always appreciate it. Of course, I always do. So without further ado, let's get into today's show. Good morning, crew. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Before I begin, as we got several announcements and we got a positive news story to get in before we even get to our show. I just want to say, can I tell you how I had the Xfinity guys in my building create a new hole for me? So my cable for the service in my building comes through my living room. So that was where my main box was. So I complained so much, they came and they moved the hole into this room. So everything is moved into here. My modem is in here. Now everything is shooting wireless from this room to the rest of the house. So I'm praying and hoping that this does us some justice today. I also talked to the guys and I was telling them, I stream on YouTube, I do all this stuff, and I want to be able to make sure it's perfect. And so they gave me some tips on how to make it work too. So let's see. Today is going to be a testing show to make sure all the Wi-Fi goes through good. I appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to the chat. Listen, let me tell you how y'all are crazy. Okay. So yesterday I posted on my community wall because I'm just curious. I want to know, what are your taste buds like? So I posted this question on my community wall. What are your preferences? And I put me, I like a 5, a well done. I like my toast to look a little brown, but if it's white bread, I need you to, tan it up. And then I posted, how do you like your coffee? And I said B. Well, y'all had me rolling at y'all responses. So many of you all are the same. We like our meat well done. And I honestly told y'all I'm trying to see who nasty because I wanted to know who likes their meat raw. Am I the only one who? Because I find out every time I'm with my friends and we go out to eat, I'm always the one well done. I don't want to see nothing pink in my meat at all. But it's quite a few of you all who like the 3s and the 4s. And I was more surprised at how many people like cream in their milk. I was like, okay, I see this. Now me, hey, it's Jay. Her and I got the same exact 5, 4, and B, baby. There was a lot of 3s and D's, meaning that folks like their meat, you know, you all, if you didn't get a chance to take that in the chat, go ahead and drop what's your preference is. 1 through 5 on your meat, 1 through 6 on your toast, and an A through F on your coffee. Like I said, I like my coffee to be B. Death is A, but F is just milk. What are you doing? And I think Rockwell put E yesterday, and I said, Rockwell, all you got is milk, boo. And then I put my toast 3 if it's wheat bread, 4 if it's white. Sorry, no shade. None there. But y'all had me cracking up at those responses. Shout out to the crew. Good morning to you all. Hey, Neries. Good morning, sir. Hope you're well. Hey, Blue Cartier. Good morning to you. It's nice to see you. Welcome. Good morning, Six Girl, Member, Ambrosia. It's so good to see you. Shout out to the Moddies. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Jay Parrish. It's always good to see you. And have a great day on purpose. You too. Chef Don. Good morning, sir. Good morning, good fella. Hey, King's Mina. Good morning, King Roman. Everyone in the building. Please, as soon as you come in, just tap that like. Put your coat up and tap the like. Good morning, VMW. Hey, Brick Girl. Mimi. Good morning, Mimi. Hey, look at y'all coming in. Good morning, Miss Gerald. Good morning. Light toast and medium well meat. Oh, really? 5. F on the coffee. You basically want some milk. You just basically saying I put some milk in my coffee. 3, 4, and B. 3, 4, and B. What's the 3, 4, and B? Let me see. Okay. 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 They say it's better to have your meat like that, like not all the way cooked for the nutrients and stuff. But yeah, I'd rather take a multivitamin supplement or something. For real, for real. Hey Bobby, good morning, boo. Y'all enjoy the show. We'll be watching the replay. Okay, boo. Meat 5, toast 4, coffee Nadine. Good morning, Nadine. Good morning. Good morning. Light and sweet. You want it light and sweet. Okay. Woo. Hot spicy tea. Good morning. Good morning. So I saw that. I posted that, and it was so interesting to see y'all comments. Now I also share, and we're just doing announcements this morning. So I also share on my community wall about Diamond of Trump supporting duo Diamond and Silk is dead at 51. And it was so funny because when I first saw this, right, everybody was like, well, which one is that? I said, it don't make no damn sense. Y'all didn't even recognize who the person is. So her name is Lynette. And she died, and it was unexpected. A lot of people said that, not a lot of people. Trump actually came out here and said that it was unexpected, no known causes. Certainly, I never wanted to, down a person about their death or anything like that. That's why I posted and I said positive comments only, given their political support for Trump and their ideology and about COVID. If you took the COVID, You got the mark of the all of this stuff, this weird stuff, and not noting that it saves so many people's lives. But whatever. I don't want to hate on somebody because of their political ideologies, but I did want to send them some love. First, rest in peace. My condolences to the family, but I wanted to send some love because the only lesson I could take from this is that sometimes it don't matter what side of the fence you are, as long as you have conviction, one of those words we talked about, and you have faith and you're motivated, you'll be, someone like this who'll stand out the bunch and rah, 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 even if it's going against your people. And I saw that in her, and that spirit is what kind of lighted me. Other than that, I didn't agree on none of the shit she was saying. I used to watch the shows and call them both bozos, but, rest in peace to her. Now, I said positive comments on our community wall, right? Baby, that ain't what happened. So we get this comment, King Roman News. Since you said only positive words, cutie pie, rest up, cubic zirconia. I hope your good sis polyester dresses you in the shiniest of suits down to the fume. May the mac and cheese have the crunchy top on it and potato salad. In Jesus' name. Hell. Chantel, what's up? What's up? Now, y'all thought that was something. Somebody else left a comment. Elaine, ain't no rest or peace in hell. Maybe they will have a cool day due to climate change. Hey, you know what? It's just as good as you go out. As you go good as you came in. You're gonna go out the same way. So rest in peace to her, and shout out to the crew for supporting the community wall and dropping those comments down. I really, really do appreciate the love. And I'm gonna start highlighting our community wall engagements more often. I be pumpkin cream cold brew. Ooh, you know, the only reason I don't like pumpkin pie, pumpkin anything, because I like sweet potato pie. And I feel like when they put pumpkin pie out, they try to shade sweet potato pie. Like Starbucks will only have pumpkin flavor. They won't have no sweet potato flavor. McDonald's used to have sweet potato pies. Now they don't even do that for pumpkin pies. I'm like, why y'all shading the sweet potato pie? I'm a sweet potato pie head. Like, I'll fuck around and make a pie today. That's the kind. I love me some sweet potato pie. Thanks to my grandmother. They cook some good ass sweet potato pies. Red Wings Hockey. Good morning. Good morning, brother. Good morning. All right, so that was our first announcement. Diamond Silk, rest in peace. Secondly, I wanted to just let you all know that Damar Hamlin was discharged from the Cincinnati hospital and was on his way, last time I checked, returning to Buffalo. His doctors met with his doctors at the airport, which took him back home to Buffalo. They talked about his condition, how he's in his next phase of recovery. So he's now out of critical condition. Now it's all about repairing. You know, he hasn't really, really healed, but it's about repairing so that you can continue to use your body parts the same way. Questions came up about him returning. No one sees it anytime soon. Shout out to the Bills for winning their game against the Patriots, I believe. And also, now my question, y'all know what my biggest question was about them damn donations. And so I did get my answer about the donations, and I knew they would have to come out here and talk about it because it's totally illegal for him to be raising money for one cause and they use it for another purpose. So the answer came. Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin is partnering with a nonprofit to manage the $8.6 million that has been donated to a 2-year-old GoFundMe since he was injured last week. The funds will support young people through education and sport. Bitch, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. I just was, me, I was sitting there thinking like, now who and where is getting their hands on that? So good news for that. I'm glad that he's doing well. I'm glad that he's going back home to be with his family to just recuperate. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, sir. Yeah, you may be down and out, but you made a lot of money. And you got a lot of great people around you. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Sit back on your injured body. Let your family. Sometimes you need that. I'm being real. Sometimes you need to just sit back and just be cared for. Just be cared for. Heal. Watch the games. Call up your buddies. Have chair parties where everybody's sitting there. We call them chair parties where, hey, I want to have a chair party. It ain't nothing but what it sound, a chair party. We finna be chilling. Okay? Have you a chair party at the crib, couple movies, some pizzas, and chill. We really want to see you in good spirits, please, sir. And so shout out to him and his family. And I'm glad that this was a positive story. Now, before we get into our positive news, I only got one positive news story for today. And again, like yesterday, you heathens, if yesterday one of Monday's stories didn't make you tear up, something wrong with your spirit, and you need to go open the Bible up. I don't know what page it's gonna land on, but open that bitch up, open that Bible up, and just drop your hand and read it, cause something wrong with you. Today, if it don't make you tear up, I'm done trying. I ain't trying to. I'm trying to evoke an emotion. If you don't get it, then whatever. But before I do that, I saw this quote. And I read it, and I said, there is some protection in that quote. So y'all read this quote. It says, fellow black men, next time a wealthy white Republican tells you not to be scared of the police if you're not doing anything wrong, tell them not to be scared of the IRS if they're not cheating on their taxes. Remember that quote. You might need to use it. It might come in handy. Okay? Somebody question you. Well, why you worried? I saw that. I said that sounds so good. All right, so I'm about to share this positive video of the morning. What would you say? Pumpkin pie is a little more spicy than sweet potato pie. I prefer white only pies. White only pies. Apple. Oh, okay. Brother King, when you're used to moving always, sitting still will hurt a person faster. Yeah, he needs to though. He has to rest and recuperate. I would hate for him to hurt his own injuries doing too much or over exalting himself mentally too, overthinking stuff, going through things like that. I would hate for that to happen. So that's the only reason I'm saying that. But I understand. I'm one of those people who don't like to sit still. I guarantee you I don't like to sit still. So now y'all check out this video. This is a very, very touching video. It's between a mother and a son. And it's the first time the mother and son sees each other. And I want y'all to see how beautiful this was. Damn show brought me, moved me. I teared up for my own reasons. I'm all about the mother and the son experience and all that good stuff. All right. And shout out to the crew. I hope y'all hit that like button for me. At least for me. All right. Morning. Hey, fan. What up, fan? It's good to see you. All right, y'all. Y'all check out this clip. It moved me. It totally moved me. All right. Let me see if I can hit play on this.
Oh, you look so handsome. Oh, thank you, baby. Wow, you look so nice.
Sharp, Papa.
Wow, you look great, baby. Wow, you like your suit? You like it? You look amazing. You ready to walk me down the aisle? Think you can do it? You gonna cry? You need a nap?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
I love you.
You can hug mommy.
Yeah, give her a hug.
Happy tears? You promise? You promise? Oh, baby. Love you so much. We gonna do this. You gonna make me cry. See, I've been doing good all day. I love you so much.
That was so precious. That was so precious to me. I thought that was so precious. Our black love, our kids are so emotional when they see our parents and they're in lovey-dovey moments. It was so precious to me. It just evoked an emotion out of me. So I hope y'all saw that. I hope it did the same thing for you all. Shout out to Ox City 805. Good morning, boo. White Only Pies is a reference to the movie Life. Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. Okay, okay, thank you. Because you saw me. I'm looking like, what? Thank you, Neris. Hit the link because Roman got a tank on. Roman is warm. I'm heated in this house. I don't know why I had to heat up so high, but I'm heated in here. Bless him. Ain't it? Oh, now I'm in shambles. Who cutting up onions here? Oh, good. Okay, the crew felt it too. Yes, y'all. I felt that too. I saw it and I said, now that was so adorable to see them two connect like that. We have our moments too. We have our emotional moments in our families and stuff like that. So it's good to share that with you all. So now let's get into our actual show. And shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for being here this morning. I hope everybody got a chance to hit that like button for me. I need all the love that I could get. So we're going to start with, let me put you over here on comments. I'm going to put you over here on overlays. Thank you, friend, for hooking me up, friend. Thank you. All right. So we're going to start out with local news this morning. And baby, we got some ground to cover. So this first story I want to bring to you is the story about this sad young baby. Now, this happened close to me in D.C. So we have a 13-year-old boy who was shot and killed in a neighborhood because a homeowner said that this specific boy, Karon, this is him, precious young man, Karon, had been robbing and stealing cars during this week. Now, as news and more information come out about this, and I'm gonna give you all the details. More details have come out, and it's a lesson in this story, y'all. Stick with me on this one. Okay? Let me break it down to you really, really quickly. So, Karon and his friends, okay, allegedly him and two other boys were in the neighborhood, and they were vandalizing property, either opening doors, all of this different stuff. Allegedly, that's all allegedly. It's still speculation at this point. And so this homeowner came out and caught them. Now, two of the guys were able to run away, but Karon wasn't able. And when he saw Karon, he pulled out his gun and he shot him not only one time, but multiple times. And so the first thing that, investigators say is that when officers arrived at the scene, they found the homeowner performing CPR on the boy. Now, that don't make it right. Just because you performing CPR, I don't give a damn. You shouldn't have been shooting him in the first place. You should call the police. But we'll get to that. And so the second thing they said was there is no indication of who may have called the 911, who have placed the 911 call reporting the incident. You'll understand that. Just stick with me. So based on all the details that we found out here, at a news conference meant to assuage growing anger and dispel rumors spreading on social media after the killing of Karon Blake early Saturday in Brooklyn, the chief said the shooter is African American, okay, and is not associated with law enforcement. 3 people familiar with the matter who spoke on the condition of anonymity. Roman, to discuss a sensitive investigation, said the man is a DC government employee. And now you wonder why. First, it was outrage. Because everyone was outraged when we read the story. I heard the story. I got the story Tuesday because we did our show Monday, and I didn't include it in that show. And first thing I think was, oh, white man, I took another one out. No, that ain't the case here. It's one of our own. As a homeowner in a privileged community, apparently, decides to take it upon himself not to see this little black boy as a troubled youth, but to treat him like a fucking criminal and shoot the fuck out of him. That's what he did. And so they didn't want to release they didn't want to release anything, no details. They didn't want to release the race. They didn't want to release where he worked at or any of those things because it is a government employee. And they still haven't charged the man because they're investigating it. And people are like, why the fuck haven't you charged him? Oh, it's a government employee. So now motherfuckers are trying to figure out what GS level are you? Where do you stand on this list of things? Why are you being so protected? So we don't have any of that information about the man. We just know that it's an African American. And see, the chief of police had to come out here yesterday and clear this shit up. Remember when I told you at the Shanquella case, typically when there's misleading details in the community that is so bad to the case, they'll come out here and talk about it. Well, just having out here that it was a racist attack is so bad for this case that they had to come out here and say, first of all, it's an African American. So then when you think about Shanquella and all these other cases, when they don't come out here and change details, it just leaves you wondering. That's why I said we need a press release on that. So, Karon, man, I'm gonna share with you all now. Yeah, he had a. Yep, we about to play this right now. Look at y'all on it. Go ahead, Cash App and Bush. I'm about to play a little bit of it right now. Hey, Karma Cartel. Good morning, boo. Good morning. Good morning, pretty chocolate girl. Hey, boo. Good morning to you. I have 6 grandsons. It is beautiful witnessing the love between them and their moms. Yeah, it is. That crush, that had me like, oh, look at y'all. Now y'all bear with me this morning because remember I told you all I had my Wi-Fi all reset up, so I'm about to play this video off. But I want you all to hear what he's saying specifically in this press conference, press junket they had yesterday about misinformation that's swirling around regarding the actual suspect. So I did everything he told me to do to speed this up and make sure it goes right smoothly. So let me see. Okay. All right.
Spreading information is dangerous and has the potential to adversely impact and the relationships in our community.
Yeah, you can see there, D.C. Police Chief Robert Conti is fired up regarding the killing of a 13-year-old boy in D.C. over the weekend. Chief Conti giving us that update on this shooting right before we went on the air at 5 o'clock. Thank you for being here with us at 6. I'm Lorenzo Hall.
I'm Leslie Foster. This story has gotten a lot of attention on social media, but tonight the police chief says some of what's being said in this case is unfair to the teen's family.
Yeah, so here's what our team has confirmed since this story broke. 13-year-old Karon Blake died in Northeast early Saturday morning. Police say a man allegedly saw him breaking into cars and shot him multiple times.
We don't know who the shooter is, but we do know that he is not a member of law enforcement, and that is according to Chief Conti himself. I want to bring in Casey Nolan. Casey is downtown where Chief Conti spoke to the media. Casey, I recall seeing the question and the interaction with you and the chief, but you also have some new reaction from Karon Blake's grandfather. What's he saying?
He's for the neighbors where this happened are accusing this shooter of vigilante justice. Now, the chief is saying the way some are going after that shooter could threaten the entire case.
Sad, depressed, and mad.
I just wanted to make sure you all heard that point. Exactly what I just said. Myth can fuck up a case, you all. It really, really can. It really, really can. No, on some real shit, it can. Can you imagine this being spun as a crime of racism towards a young, innocent man? We're misdirecting our energy. No, it needs to be on who this black guy is. I want to know. Fuck all the bullshit. I want to know what the fuck you thinking. That could have been any of our kids being out there being a troubled youth. I would have not expected this from someone in DC, where you have all these high affluent black people who work for the government carrying themselves like this. I want to know more details about him. That's what I want to know. The fuck?
Because this should never happen like this.
Tonight, Long says he and his family fear they will never get justice for the death of his grandson, 13-year-old Karon Blake. Early Saturday, around 4 a.m., police say a man who lives on this block of Quincy Street Northeast confronted the 7th grader for allegedly breaking into cars after what police describe as an interaction. Killed. Police say no evidence was armed.
13 years old, you shouldn't be outside. You shouldn't be outside. Man, they right. You shouldn't be outside. But that don't give you the right to kill nobody.
Police have not released the name of the man who shot Karon and say the investigation is ongoing. Tonight, in the neighborhood where Karon was killed, flyers are posted that say, "We have compiled the names and identities of all homeowners on the street. and we intend to be able to identify Karon's murderer. The police chief says that is only making the situation more dangerous.
People are making assumptions and searching for people that are not involved. People are making allegations centered around race, and that is wrong.
Y'all lock us up first, and then y'all worry about everything else later. We got to pay for lawyers. We got to fight for our case, fight for our life. Man, make that man do the same thing. Put that in the jury hang.
And the chief says he doesn't normally talk about individuals who are part of an investigation before any charges are filed, but to dispel rumors, specifically rumors about race in this case, he did confirm that the homeowner, the man who fired the shots, is a black man. He also, once again, said he is not a member of law enforcement. Lessons, though.
Yeah, Casey, we know that the chief also talked about criminal intent here, and people are asking, is there any case where this shooting could be ruled legally justified?
Well, I'll tell you what the chief said. He pointed to the law that says to use justifiable deadly force, you have to be in fear for your own life or the life of some hero.
No more. No more. No more. Is it justified? There's no justifying shooting a 13-year-old that's unarmed, especially after they're running away from you. That's complete intent. If you ask me, that's complete intent. So we're here. We're not going to get information. Now, the reason I said, check this out, we got two things playing. We got, he's a black man. Okay, so we already know the fact that it's a black man makes it a black on black crime, means that the optics of this and the more news coverage will go down. It ain't going to be carried out as much as if it was a white man have shot a black man. And see, we need both to be, both of them in my eyes are the same thing, but we got that playing. But we got this other fact. He's a government employee. There's a lot of weight that comes with arresting a government employee. Also, we don't know what level he has. We don't know what security, clearances he might hold. We don't know anything about this man. But the fact that it appears that he's being protected, and they don't even want the community to release the names of everyone who lives on the street. Bitch, I'd have been waiting at that poll the next day. I thought y'all said the names was coming out at 2. I'm here. I want to know. I'm curious. Who? I've been living here all this time, and I would have never imagined. So we're going to keep Karon Blake. Definitely, we're going to keep this story alive. I don't care if it was a white, Asian, black, Puerto Rican. That is unjustified. This little boy had his whole life ahead of him. And parents, don't think I forgot about you. This is what happens when you let them lessons go that you got to teach your kid at a young age about not getting involved in shit and doing shit. This is what happens. They get caught up some way, somehow. Yeah, it may be wrong or it may be right, whatever you want to deem it. But this is what happens. This is why the first time they out doing something, you fuck that ass up. The fear of Jesus needs to be put in them. I'm telling you, it was put in me. You just have to have that mentality. I know, it's cool, it's social, they get mad, I'm trying to be down with the homies, but being down with the homies, your homies ran off on you. You are the one. Now we're speaking for justice on your behalf. So I'm being honest. I'm not a parent, but I'm just being honest as a person reading this story. You got to put the foot down on these kids when they fuck up the first time. Don't let that shit slide. Don't let it slide. And if you in a 2-parent household where one parent might be more lenient than the other, y'all got to talk about that. You got to put examples in front of each other. Like, look, this is what happens when they don't do right. We got to do something. I don't care. I'm saying that for our black babies, our black children, especially our black boys. We just saw a 12-year-old getting his ass beat Monday by grown men. And that story is going to stick for me this whole year because the optics of that fucked me up. So let's do better on that. Shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Hi, Rodney. Good morning, Rodney. Kings Mina, what the hell is wrong with people? Cars have insurance. I ain't doing ish to anyone who want to F up the Ford. Just do it so I get a new one. Take it, joyride. Just make sure it don't show back up. Okay. So sad. Good morning, Tisa. Good morning. Good morning. Facts. Take it and total it when you're done so they can run me my check. Period. Jake Smith Roman, you may need to call your cable company again for your internet service. There was lagging on our side. Watch this replay when you play this video to see for yourself. Jake, Thank you for telling me, and I'm gonna watch it. I don't know. You know what? I think the best way for me to start doing this from moving forward is to get them all of these videos I'm playing through YouTube. Is to snatch them as clips, like I do the little clips and stuff, like the mother and son video clip, just to record them myself and then upload them. So I'll probably do that moving forward. Thank you for telling me. Shout out to Karma Cartel. All right, so we're gonna keep our eyes on Karon. Now let's get into this other story, okay? So we're still on local news. Now, does anyone? Let me just. Here's the story, okay? So police show up to the wrong address for a welfare check and ask a black married Army sergeant if the woman in his home is his baby mama. I'm not lying. I'm not lying to you all. I'm playing this shit and I'm bringing this to the forefront. So before I do this, this is the clear epitome of implicit biasness. If you don't know what implicit biasness is, this is what it is. This whole little segment right here we're about to do on these police officers, you got to listen to everything they said. So here's what happens. The police received a complaint that somebody had ingested fingernail polish. And so they wanted to go to the home. They show up at this black man's home and they knock on the door. And the first thing they say is your girlfriend, your baby mama in there? He pulled a Roman. In fact, Roman probably pulled him. He probably older than me, but he pulled a whole fucking Roman in that moment. He was like, my baby mama, my wife of 5 years, by the way. What the fuck? He went there. And I was like, okay, I'm down. He knows the assignment. Well, it didn't stop there. Do you know the police officer continued to tell him, dude, you better eat a dick? The police officer told the black dude that, you better eat a dick. The black dude was like, wait, what? Pulled another Roman. He said, let me pull out my fucking phone. Let me start filming this shit. He said, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. Police officer, what's your badge number? The one lady who was trying to solve the situation, trying to calm it down, she gave her number. He looked at him, what's yours? He gave it. You know what else he said? I messed up. I know I messed up. Oh, now the camera's out, you messed up? No, nigga, you been messed up. I hope people blast your ass, and I hope this travels in headwaves. Now, that's the reason I don't have an article, because it hasn't made the articles yet. But I snatched this shit off Twitter, and I said, what? So implicitness, just for those who don't know, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want us to be clear. By definition, this is either we are unaware of these feelings or we are unable to pinpoint where they come from. While everyone has implicit biases, the nature of these prejudices aren't universal. For example, we often have biases related to racial groups, including our own. While many unconscious biases are related to ethnicity, it's possible to have biases based on sexual orientation, education, or gender. So this is a clear example of bias. So I'm going to roll this beautiful bean footage. And shout out to y'all. And I hope y'all hit that like button. And thank y'all for being here this morning, showing up. I appreciate it. And this one is going to be, I uploaded it, so you ain't got to worry about the buffer and all that good stuff. Get into this.
You know who that is?
No.
Who's your girlfriend or your baby mama? Right here.
First of all, that's my wife, Margaret.
Okay.
Margaret.
Okay.
Y'all violating my rights right now.
Actually, we're not, dude.
Yes, you are, because
All right, which civil right are we violating?
Why are you raising your
We're
voice?
not violating
Why is he raising
anything,
his voice?
okay?
Why is he raising
So
his
we
voice?
are here on
Are
a
you threatening
welfare
me?
check.
I can go inside my house.
We are here on a welfare check.
Yes, he's right.
That ingested.
Why is he I don't like him.
A person
He's raising
that
his voice at me
ingested
right now.
Or nail polish. Okay.
Okay, so we're
We come here. Your
to
baby's
check
right
on
there.
Okay,
your wife.
I'm going to talk to you. First of all, you came to my house and said, is that my girlfriend or my baby mama? That's my wife. So
Okay.
that's disrespectful starting off.
All right, sir. So
That was disrespectful starting off. And,
Okay,
and then he's
I
raising his
understand.
voice at me.
okay, I understand.
So now I can raise my
So
voice,
look-
right?
So, no, you can eat it.
What's his problem?
Okay, okay.
Nah, I need your badge numbers. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'll
I'm
give
sorry.
you my badge number. But so the reason we're here is to
Now
make
you're
sure
telling me the
somebody
reason
is
after you
okay.
told me to eat it.
Sir.
So you told me to eat it, right?
That
Marler?
I messed up. I apologize.
Now that you on film, you messed up. So you haven't violated any of my rights.
No,
the first thing you said to me coming here was, is that my baby mama or my girlfriend?
Sir,
Then he started raising his voice at me.
From North Bay.
Pause. I need your name and your badge number.
Officer Conma, 107.
Thank you. I need your name and your badge
Officer
number.
Marler, 102.
And she's at my window. I told you not to go to my window.
Because she ingested nail polish remover. Okay?
We don't know anything about
Okay.
any of that.
And that is absolutely fine. So this
I
just got a
know,
little out of hand.
But you don't come to somebody's house and say, is that your baby mama or your girlfriend? You
Right,
know,
and I completely understand
You're
that.
supposed to be
It was
professional.
I'm trying my best to be
and
professional.
you're doing fine. But that
Okay.
guy, I don't know what side of the bed he woke up on.
Had him
Put
sent
yourself
away.
in my shoes. 2 cops knock on your door. Boom, boom, boom. I'm in there having a good time with my wife of 5 years.
Have a good night, sir.
Baby. So what y'all think happened to the police officer? Now, this is an interesting situation in terms of this situation. So the police officer had just got hired. He had only been there for about less than his probationary period. And so the minute they got wind of this, he was fired. He was on his probationary period, so it's a lot easier for them to get rid of him. But they fired him. He had no union protection at that point. So for me, he got fired, but there's no real repercussion or no justice done. No retraining in my biasness. Implicit bias. Now and it's disrespected him. I'm seeing it, y'all. I'm watching the Wi-Fi. I see it. It's crazy because I'm plugged into the modem, sitting right here. All right, we back. It's no reason, no rhyme or reason for this. The woman in particular, nothing was filed against her. He didn't bring no complaints against her. And the only reason this came out is because when he did file a complaint against them, they released the body cam footage during that, and now we got the body cam footage, which was leaked to the public. So again, recognize when there's some implicit biasness. Now check out some of these comments. Someone said, did he tell him to eat a dick? He sure did. And then says, I messed up as soon as the brothers started filming. Someone else says, I can't even get mad about this. Now, this is where it gets crazy. Because this is our own people saying this kind of stuff, y'all. Now, watch what somebody says. I can't even get mad about this because over 70% of Black children are born out of wedlock. I've been asked by multiple people if my sister and I had the same father. We do. But I have never gotten offended by the question because marriage and Black people having 2 or more children with the same partner have become such rarities. Bitch, that don't give you a right to disrespect me, you coon, you dumbass. What the fuck? Over 70%. So just because 70% of families like that, you have the reason to step out of bounds of your fucking job and question me? It sounds like you living in the 40s, honey. It sounds like you skipped a couple times in generations. Just because your ass is stuck, you can be stuck in that stupid shit. Again, just because you believe you've been asked multiple times if my sister and I had the same father. Girl, that's your problem. Me and my brothers have too. Thank God, me and my first, set of brothers, we all do got the same father. But that don't give me the police officer the right to say baby mama. Y'all better stop getting trapped in these damn facts of your life and thinking that's the thing or people supposed to treat you. Bitch, them your facts. I don't know nothing about it, ho. Talking to me like that. Is that your baby mom? Is that your baby daddy? So then somebody else said, no normal person asks a random person if that is his baby mama. Nonetheless, a police officer. They were very disrespectful and approached him like he was a criminal, even though the call was for a welfare check. Also, when they realized they were at the wrong address for the welfare check, they still kept antagonizing the man because they felt they had the right to do so. Some of these so-called officers purposely do this so they can escalate routine interactions and justify the need for violence. This is from 2020, and the one that told the man to eat a dick was fired, probation fired. And this other comment, per his job as a cop, this is bias, so he should be fired. Per reality, we have no right to get mad. Even if media weren't promoting single Black mothers and Black males skirt chasing daily, most Black relationships and families boil down to a baby mama and baby daddy dynamic. It's not morally right, but it's an assumption people have. It's usually correct. Even black women are shocked that I don't have at least one baby mama. Y'all see that shit? That's crazy. I was offended. Absolutely was offended. Baby mama? All black people don't have baby mamas. Many of us are wives. I'm a stake up, bitch. Right. Good morning, Journey. Good morning, good morning. And just because there may be different dads, that don't make you no hoe. Damn it. I was just smart enough not to stay with the serial cheater. Want to be Nino Brown Kingpin. Okay. And shout out to you. And shout out to everybody else who got all that kind of shit. So yeah, I'm glad that that happened. Now, we have another university story. Okay. Now, y'all remember University of Kentucky and what went down at University of Kentucky. So you wouldn't be surprised what we got going on at University of Missouri. So back in November at the University of Missouri, you had this girl named Megan Miller. Now, she's the head of this organization on campus that's the most racist organization that it got on campus. They believe in eradicating other races. They believe that white lives matter. They believe that you aren't going to replace me. And she spearheaded like putting these posters up all around campus. And so back when Buffalo had went through that massacre where I think it was about 15 people were killed, she went to her motherfucking social media and posted this. If they would have killed 4 more niggers, we would have had the whole week off. And she sent that on Snapchat to one of her friends. Her friends actually then reposted it and sent it around. So we're here now, January 11th. So the university, they decided that during this period of time, they did an investigation from November when this happened to now. And this is the outcome of this investigation. And this is why King Roman News bringing this shit up. Because, ho, you got us fucked up, bitch. Now, ho, you got us fucked up. I don't know what side of the world you living on, and you're a university president, and they're allowing you to do this shit? Girl, what the fuck is going on? So she's siding with, the president is siding with hate. They're not issuing no punishment for the white supremacist student who wished death on niggers. Exactly what they said in the article. Now, she runs this organization, the right-wing extremist organization called Turning Point USA. They're spreading this idea about a great replacement. And they're talking, and it shared the same manifesto as the Buffalo mass murderer. So the guy who killed all those people in Buffalo, they actually practiced that manifesto in this club. And the president thinks that's okay for it to be on campus. Like, how does this shit happen? And so they try to tuck it all under First Amendment rights to talk for spewing hate speech. So they released this statement. University come out after their whole, they do their investigation and release this statement. Now, I'm going to pull out the key part. Here's the key part of the statement. They go on to say, upon review, the student's racial slur was expressed in a direct message to her friend and was not communicated in a way that harassed any individual. In that context, the speech is protected by the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Because we are a public institution constrained by the First Amendment, OIE, which is the Office of the Inspector, and the OSSA concluded the university has no grounds to discipline the student who sent the message, even though it is diametrically opposed to our values. Are you kidding me? The girl wished death upon Black people. You have Black students that go to your school. So if anything should happen to Black students on your campus, and we have no suspects, wouldn't she be a possible suspect given her history and language? I mean, for crying out loud, look at her face. Then on her social media, she has all these pictures with guns and shooting deer and all of her buddies and stuff out. And so I'm like, wow. So we have our University of Concerned students. This is the group that's representing the black culture on this campus. And they are out there protesting. They're fighting hard because this isn't the first time. Back in 2015, they had the same situation. Somebody was hanging posters up. They have it all happen again. During that time when it happened in 2015, this same group of students was the reason that that president had to resign. You know what they had to do to fucking get the president resigned? They had to stop eating for a week. Once they went on a I don't know, what do you call it when people stop eating? They decided to stop eating. The athletics department got involved because most of the black people that play on the black teams are black. Most of the people that play on the teams are black. So they got involved. So the president was forced to resign. They installed this lady who said she's going to bring about change, and now we're here. Don't look like there's no change going on at University of Missouri. And it sucks. Here's what some of those posters said. Some of the posters contain messages such as, it's okay to be white, stop white replacement, and white lives matter. It ended up being left to the students to take action and take down the posters because the school wouldn't take them down. Like, what's really good? And it's not enough to say, all right, y'all, pull y'all money out of school and stop going there. No, because that's actually going to create an environment. It's going to bring the people there that want to be there. We supposed to be there. But it's like, what else can they do but deal with it? It sucks too. I wish I would be there. Crazy batch shit. Good morning, Wildcat Nation. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate you. Morning. Hey, a view is a view. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, a view. I appreciate that. Hey, Risa. Hey, boo. Good to see you. Good to see you. So we're talking about University of Missouri and what recently went on, where you got this student back in November wishing death on black students, saying that if 4 more were killed in Buffalo, everybody in the nation would have had a week off of school. And nothing's being done given their statement. They can't do nothing. Their hands tied. The girl's walking around school. Now, I guarantee you, if somebody haul off and slap the shit out of this girl, just knock her clean the fuck out, I bet you something gonna be done then. And there could be no direct correlation to her hateful speech. But because of her hateful speech, which caused me emotional distress, this is how I reacted. It ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be straight to jail, straight to prosecution. So shout out to y'all, University. And their group is called Concerned Students 1950. Shout out to y'all for doing the work. I see y'all. I see y'all. I'm over here on the East Coast talking about y'all. I see y'all. And shout out to y'all. I hope y'all got some kind of fund where people can donate to it, because I'll throw some dollars y'all way to shut that shit down. That's why I became an alpha on campus. That's why I was vigilant on campus, because I didn't play that shit. And we had black population students. You still couldn't tell me nothing. I'd be the first one in. What? They did what? Oh no, we got to get it. That's me all day long. So I felt the connection to that hunger strike. There you go. Hunger strike. They went on a hunger strike. Tongue tied. And shout out to y'all for being in here. I appreciate y'all. 52 minutes in. I appreciate y'all so much. Don't forget, please, while I drink this orange juice. Next topic. So I don't know if y'all heard about this scandal. We're still in local news before we switch over to hot topics. My Wi-Fi better be not acting up. All right, so this next scandal involves a old freaky leak down to the police station. So we got baby Laverne police force is down nearly 12% after their sex scandal. So let me give you the optics of this, okay? You have this white woman, her name is Megan. You have these other police officers and this one guy who is not shown. Child, it was all down to the station, shaking and fucking and flipping and dick sucking. They called it Girls Gone Wild down to the fire department station. And so, this was going on like since last August. She was just like, Shorty was a freak. Look, she was over there. They say the investigation alleges Officer Megan Hall, who was sworn in August of 2021, had sexual relationships with 6 of the men. I said, first of all, now, you know how you be having fantasies like, oh, baby, yeah, I just let all these firemen, like, you know, you having that. This bitch acted on it. She said, okay, I'm sworn in. I'm about to get the dick. And she got the dick. She got the dick. I couldn't believe it. I said, whoa, bitch. Then I started asking myself, like, was it a cuck? Like, was you a dump? Like, was you being dumped? And y'all know what I'm talking about when I say dump. So the report also shows Hall and not just them, other male officers engaged in sexual activities while on duty. This bitch was in the car just knocking it. You know what? For the sake of news reporting, I have to talk about the wrong of it. But Roman, bitch, I want to know how it went down. I want the stories. You walked in one day and they just what? You just was like, let's go. And they just all followed. Like, how did that go? Damn, we will never motherfucking know. We will never know. So these are the so now here's what people are saying, because people are being shady about this whole thing, and I am too. I have to. So now the only officers that were arrested and fired were those of ethnic backgrounds. You know, those of minority ethnic backgrounds. So here you go. These were the ones that were arrested and fired, but they showed everybody picture. Now the one that ain't shown, he's white. Now, here are the officers that were just suspended. Look at their pictures. These were the other 3 that she had sex with on duty. They were just suspended, but they ain't fired. So people were saying, well, why they fired just the black men and the Puerto Rican and the Latinos? Why they ain't fired a white man? And here I go. They once that other stuff came out, they probably stood in the back. They probably ain't do much. They probably was intimidated. I said they probably was like, you know what, y'all got it. You got it. They probably was just over there, just playing with the little meat. So, and we're gonna get into. I want to play this clip from this area, and I just hope that it plays well. Y'all don't fuck me up. Clip, don't fail me now. I see y'all comments. Wait, the third one looks like Sean. Okay, a view. Sean Bradley. Let me see. No. It's the nose. Sean got a nigga nose. Hey Miles. What up, Miles? What up, Miles? Roman. Baby, she was in there freak. She said, I'm gonna live out all my fantasies. Hot girls up 6. Child, she let them record it, and called it Girls Gone Wild. It was just her and them. I said, honey, you meant Girl Gone Wild? Ain't nothing about Girls Gone Wild. That was a train. Bitch, you had a plane. You took off. She had a train, a plane. Bitch was in a submarine. She was getting it from all. Ain't 6 coworkers cute enough at my job that the men and women combined just snatch. What? Slim Body Biz, Megan getting the goods. Okay, Megan was getting them. Was they playing Lil Wayne? Mrs. Officer, T. Trisha One, good morning, boo. Shout out to T. Trisha One. Good morning, boo. Yeah, so y'all gotta get into this clip. I'm gonna play this clip for y'all. Laura, I know you want me to be the content creator that I want to be. So can you help me just present these so it don't mess up my live? You know how much I enjoy doing this. Don't do this to me. All right. Let's see what.
And disappointed. That's one city leader. Several Laverne police are all linked to a sexual misconduct scandal.
Rory Johnston. Yeah, tonight News Channel 5's Nick Barris shares the very latest development as investigation continues.
Several Laverne police officers here are caught up in something of a scandal. Everything from inappropriate sexual conduct, sexual harassment, lying, and word is, that's not the end of it.
Shocked and real disappointed with our police department and what's happened.
Newly elected Kara Hobbs says since the story broke on Friday,
it's been from a leadership standpoint to have citizens' questions and concerns regarding this, and I'm learning the details right along with the general public.
Here is what we know. An internal investigative report docs specific detail of officers' sexual misconduct, some of it happening while on duty and on city property. 5 have been fired. Patrol Officer Megan Hall, Patrol Officer Juan Lugo Perez, Sergeant Lewis Powell, Detective Seneca Shields, and Sergeant Henry Ty McGowan. 3 others have been suspended K-9 officer
Why y'all-
Roy Holland, patrol officer Patrick Magliocco, and patrol officer Gavin Schoberl. Hobbs says details of the investigation made public so far have shaken public confidence in the PD.
There's definitely going to be a time period where we're going to have to really emphasize rebuilding the trust of our community. Yeah.
Police Chief Chip Davis issued a statement saying, in part, the actions of a few do not the entire department. The situation will be addressed internally, and that counselors are being brought in to help officers. He also says there is sufficient staff remaining to cover all patrol shifts. At this point, these are all internal police department violations, but I did talk to the Rutherford County District Attorney. He says at this point, there's no evidence of criminal activity, but it's something he's watching very close. Channel 5.
All right, Nick.
What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. So apparently they only had about 60 officers in their entire department already. It's a small department. So taking 8 out is like 12%. Like, it's a lot of their police force. So people were saying, are y'all gonna have enough police to protect the rest of us? I'm like, damn. Shorty was, I'm looking at her, I'm like, damn, girl. She was horny. That was some freaky shit. You know what I'm saying? And I see these two black men, they probably got that old man, long, knocked out penis. They probably got that. And knowing Hector, hearing him, he probably just was trying to be a freak. And why McGowan picture ain't shown? I want to see him too. The fuck? And then them, I know they was standing on the side. You know they was sitting on the side. The last one looked like he's scared. The one in the middle, I would have asked him, "Can you go to the side, bitch? I need you to go to the side. What you're not gonna do is come over here. This is not for you." And the first one, I would have turned myself in on him. Do you see him? I would have the next day. I would have been telling on my own self. The fuck? He looked like honey. He looked like he'd just take you out. I'm not playing with none of them. No. Girl, you had a real freak fantasy. You just ain't had the right people. Girl, you was horny. And you only been there about 2 years, since August of 2021. Y'all know she been looking at them for a while. August of 2021, you just started this shit in August of 2022. Girl, so you've been looking at them for a year and finally said, let me make my move. Girl, all right. Shawty. I saved all her overlays as Shawty a Freak Elite. I bet you how much you want to bet after she's fired and this all dies down, she comes back on OnlyFans? I bet you she either does OnlyFans or she gets involved in like having conversations about it, doing interviews. She might this might be a book or a Lifetime movie. I'm telling you, there's some freaky shit in this. And I think I saw somebody who comment was like, where her husband at? Was they playing Lil Wayne? Okay. And the non-black ones just stay on the side and slap her on the cheeks with this me. I'm telling you, planes, trains, and automobiles. She was on that Freak Elite treat. Daddy ish. That's what I put. I said, you a freak. I wanted to know just what that's all about. The fiance not slapping with his peen. I don't need a concussion, baby. She had that girl. I know she turned out. After you get like that, you're turned out. You're turned out. Your sexual appetite and desires have now increased. Who knows what else you want? That was 8. She might be looking to up the game. She might be trying to pull a 16 on us. Girl, you trying to do what them Asians be doing. I don't know if y'all ever saw that. Them Asians be standing all around one girl in the room. Be like 50 of them. And I'll be like, how is this makes anybody? This seems, and don't y'all know somebody? Ain't y'all cousins? I feel bad for all the officers that are getting held mandatory now. They didn't have enough crime to fight, so they created something. Period, y'all. Period. There are people mad. Roman, I'm done. Okay. I know you know I was going to tell rat-a-tat-tell. That first one, baby, I'm walking in there with a whole note, bags packed, hands ready in the front of me, locked me up, bitch. I know I did it. That motherfucker, they hot. She said, it's time for me to get promoted. She did the whole station. Damn. And then you want to know how they found out? I said it had to be some old hating hoe sitting around there. Because they got an anonymous complaint he called in. And they launched an internal investigation in December. I said, now who was hating? It either had to be somebody who she was like, no, you can't come in. Or it had to be one of us, one of the in the community, the LGBTs in the community, is like, if I can't suck them, bitch, you can't either. I'm calling in. Or a stud. You know the studs don't go. The stud, they buy the book. If they not involved, they buy the book all motherfucking day. I'm telling you that right now. If I know anything about a good stud on a police force or fire department, oh baby. They be fine as a bitch, but they be good as they be about they. Nah, I'm gonna have to turn your ass in, girl. Nah, I'm sorry, you done did enough dick. You ain't even. You got too much dick on you. I don't even want that, baby. They turning you in. She gonna put Houston 550. Sounds overwhelming. Miles, really, it does. It really does. She gonna try to outdo Houston 550. Next up gonna be the K9 unit. You know what? She did telling herself. The other man got mad. You know he did. All right, y'all. We got one last story in local news, and we're gonna move over to hot topic. So, the last story. Now, this story right here is gonna be triggering. Okay, so if you get triggered, I apologize. Come back in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And shout out to y'all for being here. I appreciate it. Y'all know I do. And make sure y'all hit that like button. All right, so this next comes to us from San Francisco. Now, you know San Francisco it costs a hell of a lot to live in San Francisco. So they have a very high homeless population in San Francisco. And for a lack of better words, some of the homeowners in those communities, they've become accustomed to it. So, you know, some people don't say nothing, some do. Some people don't, some do. Well, you got this motherfucker here. And let me make sure everything is going. Oh, wait. Let me make sure I got my video queued up for y'all. Oh, yes. Okay, we all good to go. All right. So you got this man. So this homeless man, this lady, there's no news article about it. This act of brutality was so satisfying to him. There were 100 more ways he could have handled this humanely. He chose to be evil. So now this man right here, he lives in San Francisco. He owns this art gallery. And there's a restaurant next to him. Now, the restaurant says, you know, they've been having homeless people out there for a while. They don't really give a fuck because that's people still come whether or not. This man didn't like that. He really didn't like it. So let me show y'all what he chooses to do. So he chooses to do this and it goes viral. And now people have doxed this man. Not only have they doxed this man, and they wrote down this man, wrote on this man. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, it's a small clip, but I want y'all to look at this. This is a black woman sitting there. She's homeless. She's been there for weeks now, not bothering anyone. And she's been sitting there. And so he decides to do this. So he ends up hosing her down. And it got shared to social media. People started making the video go viral. And so it came across my little social media feed. And I said, oh. So and this homeless man, this homeless woman. Now, they died. His name is Collier Gwynn. He's the owner of a Foster Gwen Art Gallery next door to this Barbarossa Lounge. Well, the lounge came out and basically denounced him. They've been made aware of a video that has been circulating on social media. They are no way associated with the man in the video. They're disappointed in this individual's behavior. We have been informed that further formal and media investigation is underway. Well, unfortunately, they are investigating. Now, this is the guy's property. As you can see, that's the property, and that's where she was in front of. And so they're investigating the property. They're investigating the owner, but nothing will happen to him. Want to know why? He's a wealthy art gallery owner in that area who contributes largely to the local politicians there. So nothing will happen to him. And they went down and ran up on this man. Like, a couple people went up, ran up on him and slapped the shit out of him. A couple people went up trying to get questions and stuff out of him. So here's the interview of him getting answering a question of why he did it. And it's funny, he looks a little disheveled. I don't know if this is before or after he got slapped, but I didn't mind him getting slapped, to be honest with you. And Wi-Fi.
That we had 10 days of the neighborhood trying to do something. We have been able in the past to get them taken to a shelter, which they leave immediately, but they've also had the situation. I don't know.
I've listened to her talk to the people and say, no, this is the way I want to live.
Yeah.
My idea of cleanliness is not your idea. And I've listened to her do that. But
that's fine if she knows what she's saying.
yeah.
Now, I don't think it's right at all. I don't think it's right at all. And it's sad that this happens to this woman. People have located the woman and offer her resources. And unfortunately, she wants to live on the street. She doesn't want no help or anything like that. So she's going to remain on the streets. Unfortunately, his behavior will not be corrected. And I see this happening again. People have also got on the social media to also say, you know, I see two wrongs here. The old man was wrong, out of line, for turning the hose on a homeless woman. That was probably not the best thing to do. However, how can a business make a profit if homeless are living in front of the store? Then someone else said, please, with all due respect, we should not justify the brutality of this man. When a person is homeless and tired, they will sleep anywhere. Someone else says, piece of work, this guy, she is homeless and you spray her with water in the winter. This guy done pissed off a witch in the 6 months. He won't have a business. How about that? So cult it be. I guess he put voodoo witchcraft on it. So I'm gonna stay tuned to the story. I know nothing's gonna happen, but I wanted to bring that up. I wanted to show you all that even if you are homeless or if you're facing homeless people, this kind of behavior should not be tolerated. You shouldn't be hosing folks down at all. People, yeah, that brought me back to the whole 1950s when they were hosing people down for no fucking reason. So I wanted to show that to you all. Now we're going to switch over to hot topics. The other man got mad. Okay. My cousin lives in San Fran, baby. The homeless be right out the building posted up. It's crazy. Crazy. She should have hit him with a brick. He had a nerve to cross his legs while doing it. His old butt is going to end up being tortured in a nursing home. Yeah, and I'm glad somebody slapped the shit out of him, to be honest with you, because I saw that. I saw that. And good morning, Joyce Goodwin. I saw the way how he just sat callously just doing that. You ain't no damn body, sir. So now we're going to switch over to hot topics. But before I do that, because I have so many overlays on my first set, I have to delete some of them to add my second half of the show. Now, I know this is going to cause some of you to bounce on me while I do this little break. But the crew, I know y'all going to rock with me. So I'm about to put this little break up while I reset for the next half of the show. But we got coming up the Golden Globes, Chef Way. We're going to talk about Donnell Jones. He done fell asleep in his car. We're going to get into Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon. She want custody, baby. We're gonna talk about Tory Lanez and the new trial, and then we're gonna get into Jason Lee, Cardi B, Armon Wiggins, and I threw in a little Wiley with his messy booty self. Yo, messy booty. So y'all stick tuned and stay, and let me just reset this show real quick. I ain't going nowhere, so I don't want y'all to go nowhere. Okay? All right. And we back. And we back. And we back. And we back. Thank y'all for coming back. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So we are moving right into hot fucking topics. Okay. After that more than crazy ass local news segment, so much going on locally. Like, what in the fuck? All right, so let's get into hot topics. First thing I want to do is talk about the Golden Globes. Now, it's so surprising that a lot of people were like, they didn't even know what was going on or they weren't paying attention to it. And I too, you know, after it's sat out for a while, because of the whole lack of diversity at the Hollywood Press Association, which provides the voting for most of the nominations, and the lack of reporting and coverage for black people and black culture and minorities in general. And so this year was supposed to be the comeback, and you're supposed to be adorned with, you know, minorities and all of this good stuff. And so for the most part, they tried. Okay, I'm just gonna say that they tried. I didn't watch it completely. I watched some parts that I thought would be interesting to me. So this year, you know, for the Golden Globes, we had, where is Viola? So we had Jared Carmichael's. He was hosting the show. Now, this guy was very funny. He made a little blooper. He ended up saying something really, really crazy at the show, talking about Scientology and Tom Cruise. Now, I don't know if somebody told him that you should be odd, funny, but he went on to say this. I had to find it. It's blowing my mind.
Three Golden Globe Awards that Tom Cruise returned. Look, I'm just the host briefly. Whatever. I have a. I think we take these three things and exchange for the sake of Shelley Miscavige.
That didn't go over well at all. At all. Now, if you don't know, Shelley Miscavige is the wife of the founder or the current president of the Scientology organization, and he was saying he came and traded the organizations in, the gold trophies in, and you trade them in for finding out where Shelley Miscavige is. So I said to myself, this will probably be the last time he hosts an award show. You may have went a little bit overboard with that one, especially how they feel about Jewish and all this other stuff. But we had Eddie Murphy. He walked away with the Cecil B. DeMille Award, which he then went and said something crazy as well. His comments were, you know, I want to let you know there's a definitive blueprint that you can follow to achieve success, prosperity, and peace of mind. It's very simple, he said. There's three things: pay your taxes, mind your business, and keep Will Smith's wife's name out your fucking mouth. And I'm like, here we go. You know, let's lay off the Will stuff now. Even I'm starting to be like, all right, y'all doing too much. We had Angela Bassett, which she won the first ever Golden Globe Award for an actual actor, for her participation in Black Panther's Wakanda Forever. And so it was a crowning moment for her, and she looked beautiful. I posted a picture to the wall. She looked so beautiful, and I was wondering how she'd come out given what happened with her son. She poised, she held it down very much so, like, this ain't nothing. I'm here. And they asked her how she felt about the lack of diversity, or how did she feel this year, and she was like, the Hollywood Freedom Press Association, they know what they need to do. They've been making some strides, but they know what they need to do. So she didn't give them credit or take away credit, and I like that, because in that kind of environment, you got to play the politics. You don't want to shut them down, but you want to shut them down. Quinta Brunson also won 2 awards, walked away with 2 awards. She won for best comedy series, as well as best television series. Best comedy series, and was something else that they won for. Oh, best show. And it was also her show, Abbott Elementary, won for best show. So she took home 2 awards, as well as Tyler James Williams. He walked away with his first Golden Globe Award as supporting actor in the Abbott Elementary. So shout out to him. I remember watching him from Everybody Hates Chris. So shout out to him for doing this thing, and shout out to our, you know, the Black culture sweeping Golden Globes. We need more representation, but they did good. And there were among a bunch of other winners, and shout out to all the winners. It's a great night to celebrate your talent. Go up, go up. And shout out to everybody that supported that show. Now let's move into Chef Way. So Chef Way. Have you all heard about this guy, Chef Way? He's a TikTok chef, right? Now, before anything, this man has received a lot of his love from being on TikTok. He puts out these amazing food videos and stuff like that. I'm going to share I'm not going to share a whole video, but I'm going to show you what one of his videos look like. I hate that let me not share it over here. That's what I'm not going to do. I'm going to share it right here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share it here. For some reason, this works much better. I'm going to share this little clip with you all of what he does, just in case some of you all don't know, and get an idea of what he looks like. So this is Chef Way.
Everything together. Finally, we're going to get that perfect plate. I'm going to add a little bit of sheep's milk cheese and then some arugula microgreens. Hey, what's up, guys? I blew the rent money on oxtails, so let's make a pasta with caramelized shallots and chanterelle mushrooms. So after
That's all I wanted to show him. I don't want to get him in too much shine and nothing like that. So he has been on TikTok this whole time, doing his whole meal thing over there. Nobody been paying this man attention. Nobody's been saying nothing to this man at all. Well, he decides after all these years of being so antagonistic and misogynistic and demeaning to women, he decides to upload that video I just showed you. Now it's 2 minutes. You can go to Twitter and see. He decides to take that video and upload it to his Twitter. Baby, they lit that motherfucking ass up. So when he uploaded it to his Twitter, someone hopped in his comments and was like, hey, yo, bruh, I don't know if you aware, but they beating your ass in the quote tweets. You should take a gander. And he goes, thanks, I am addressing it. And a girl dropped down like, where have you addressed anything? And he was like, I accepted accountability for the 2015 tweets and several reply tweets to individuals who added me. And that wasn't enough. They was tearing I was watching it all yesterday. I'm like, oh my God, y'all really tearing this nigga up. They was tearing his ass up, tore his ass up. So he then was like, well, that's not enough. I need to go issue a blanket apology. So he issues this blanket apology. To those I've hurt with my past tweets that have resurfaced, I am deeply sorry. That wasn't a moment in my life where I was sick in more ways than one. Cooking saved me. You have watched a flawed man heal. I will continue to heal and learn. Thanks for being along for the journey. Now, people was like, wait, what? Excuse me? Excuse me? So somebody was like, are you, wait, hold on. We missing one. Hold on. That girl was like, hold up, nigga. I know damn well you ain't think you about the oh, there you go. So some girl was like, after he put that apology, some girl, she went under that apology and she was like, hold up. So she goes on to say, she goes on to say, you're strategically only apologizing on Twitter where you have 1,000 followers, yet blocking, deleting, and turning off comments on TikTok, the platform where you have 250,000 followers. You're not sorry, and you're definitely not fooling anyone. And so what he did was he went over to TikTok and turned all the comments off his video. You can't comment under his video, as well as he was deleting comments that people were leaving under older videos on his TikTok. TikTok is where he makes his money, his endorsements. He thought he could open up another lane on Twitter. They said, not today, nigga. Now, people have opened up his old tweets. So I don't know if you all have saw some of his old tweets before, but check this out. So one of his tweets was, she's too black. Like, are you kidding me? And it doesn't go for much to say. If you go to his TikTok, his current wife, she looks a little Korean, but I know she's not black at all. She's definitely fair skinned. She's along the lines of white. One of his other tweets was, this man said, black bitches make for good punching bags. He's making money off black women. His main followers, demographic. The reason he's getting so much heat is because he did a lie. So often to many black women, those including myself, who were minors. One of his older tweets was, shaking my head, the dark one messed up the pig. And then on the other side, he fixed it by cropping her out. One of his older tweets was, The body type that should wear bikinis versus the body type that shouldn't. Like, are you kidding me? His mother even hopped down and she was like, thanks for sharing. I didn't know. This is back in 2015. I didn't know everything he writes. Not what we taught. Trolling. I think that's what you young folks call it. And then she also goes, fuck my life. Don't blame the parents. He has too. And this was 2016. So it didn't stop there. So after all of this resurfaced, people were going after the companies that were endorsing him. So he loses a deal. This company that endorsed him, we're ending our affiliation with Chef Way ASAP. Formal statement coming soon. Thanks for bringing the issue to my attention. I believe that brands are about values. We want to partner with individuals that reflect our own values. Chef Way clearly does not represent the values that we hold dear. Thanks to those that called this out, we need to do a better job vetting people that represent our brand. Now, he also lost another endorsement, Taste Made, and they're going after his Walmart endorsement, which his Walmart endorsement is built on him using products in his TikTok. So, baby, they're going after him hard. And it's like, I don't ever want to see a black man tore down, but you need to learn your fucking, I always say this, if that ain't the theme for my show ever, if you don't learn your lessons along the way, you're going to end up on this show, period. That's it. If you don't learn your lessons along the way, you're going to end up on this show. And here we are talking about this man. Back in 2015 and 2016, when he was doing this shit, there was no apologies rendered. And you know the excuse he gave? The fucking excuse he gave was, I was drunk. I was an alcoholic then going through issues. Now, y'all tell me how many alcoholic men going through issues are on Twitter sitting around demeaning women. Like, where did that become the defining thing to do when you are a black man going through shit with alcohol? What? You really pull out your phone or your device and you go on to Twitter and you start, I don't like you. That sounds like some hateful shit. That sounds different. That gives me a whole different pause. Like, you sound like you're trying to get out of your lesson. So it don't stop there. Now he has a real job, y'all. Can you fucking believe this man is a public defender? He's a fucking public. I said he can't be a public defender. He has these thoughts about black women. Can you imagine him being a public defender for a black woman? What does that mean? Well, they endorsed him. The job was like, we sticking by him. Harris County prosecutor who moonlights as popular TikTok chef taking heat for tweets about black women. His real title, Wayman D. Wesley. He has a probationary license and he practices in Houston, Texas. I mean, they dox this man down to his balls. So y'all get into this clip that his job, it said, and I'm gonna play this on my other computer where it don't static so much. Let's see how that goes. Shout out to the crew. Hit that like button, y'all. I want y'all to hear what this job had to say about it. Oh yeah, this worked much better over here. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. All right, now I know what I gotta do. Now I know what I gotta do. All right, here we go. We rocking now. Okay, all right, y'all check this clip out. Yes, God.
A popular Houston-based TikTok chef under fire, accused of using social media to harass and attack black women after a series of old tweets resurfaced. But Chef Way, as he's known on social media, also a prosecutor with the Harris County DA's office. And tonight, many are calling for him to lose his job. Sion Rhodes is live in the newsroom with more on the controversy. Sion?
Lisa, the tweets in question were posted under a now deleted account back in 2015 and 2016. And Chef Way says he has changed his ways, but that has not stopped the outcry.
Hey, what's up, guys? Let's make a modernist interpretation of a turducken.
On TikTok, Wayman Wesley II, known as Chef Way, cooks up bite-sized snippets of content for his 250,000 followers. But a series of resurfaced tweets are leaving a bad taste in the mouths of many. Under a now deleted account with the handle Waymo the God, Wesley is accused of disparaging and insulting black women, saying negative things about dark skin and comparing them to trash. Twitter users reacting to the tweets, calling them colorist, anti-black, and misogynistic. In a post to his social media sites, Wesley wrote, "To those I've hurt with my past tweets that have resurfaced, I am deeply sorry. That was a moment in my life where I was sick in more ways than one. Cooking saved me. You have watched a flawed man heal. I will continue to heal and learn. Thanks for being along for the journey." According to the State Bar of Texas, Wesley has been licensed to practice law since January 2021. Several Twitter users posting the Harris County District Attorney's account calling for his job. In a statement, Harris County DA Kim Ogg wrote, "These posts were inappropriate and offensive and do not reflect my values or those of the Harris County DA's office." Mr. Wesley has explained that these posts came during a period in which he was struggling with serious personal issues, including alcohol addiction. Prior to joining our office, Mr. Wesley went through treatment and has worked with the State Bar of Texas to resolve his issues. His recovery is ongoing. I'm a believer in second chances, and Mr. Wesley has conducted himself professionally since joining our staff. I'm confident that will continue. DA Ogg standing by Wesley, but the backlash costing him at least one brand partnership that he got via TikTok. The CEO of a high-tech kitchen appliance company called Innova Culinary tweeting today they were cutting ties with him and that he does not represent their values. Live in the newsroom, Sion Rhodes, KPRC 2 News.
Baby. No, I asked myself, I said, Roman, what could he have done to right his wrong? And honestly, I think the only thing he could have done to right his wrong was to actually come out here and talk about it. I hate when people issue an apology without talking about the actual situation. You can't give no half-ass. You should have literally came out here like you did on your reels. Yes, this was me in 2015, 2016. This is what was going on in my life. You have to get emotional because you emotionally affected people. So to emotionally unaffect them, you have to go back to being emotional. You can't come out here and be strategic on somebody, talk about some, I apologize. Nigga, we still ain't buying. I ain't buying. It would look good. And then it's funny. They just came up with a report about oxtails, which will be on our show on Friday, about how oxtails aren't as healthy as we think they are. And I wanted to remind folks, I don't eat oxtails, but I know my mom and them eat oxtails. But I want to talk about that on Friday. Here he go putting out an oxtail dish. So women were like, not only are you trying to make us unhealthy, but you're trying to work on the black population, women population again in time for Valentine's Day. Here's a dish. Get the fuck out of here, you fool. A whole clown. So he's been outed. I hope his job gets affected. Yes, baby. Replay gang, y'all hit that like button too. Replay gang, if you still here, replay crew, if you still sitting here, please give me a little like. I appreciate it. Yeah, baby, we back. Tom finna call his lovers at the Golden Globes. Oh, he's not hosting no more. Gerard Carmichael's not hosting no more. I don't know who the fuck coached him. I don't know if they said he was trying to be like Chris Rock. There's only one Chris Rock. You can't be like Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle. You were supposed to be coming over here to smooth the ties. Nigga, you went in for all of his jokes was landing like, okay. Like, Pauletta, come get Denzel. Yes, he's the leader. His wife been missing in action for several years. Baby, is he single? Because I want to show him how everybody loves Chris. Yes, I've heard of him. Navy's. I think he has a girlfriend. I think she's a bag. That's why I said, I don't think he like our kind. I remember his thick self. Ciao. Good morning, Charles. Good morning. Is Chef Way the same guy that is also? Yes, that woman is beautiful. Right. Still on Twitter so I can troll him. Yep, he's on there. He's on Twitter still. Ladies, we got work to do. Let's show old Chefy Chef some black girl magic. Child out Walmart. Baby, I wanted to come after the Walmart thing. People were listing all the places you can send. Black Twitter don't take a break. When one batch goes to sleep, the other of us come up. We waking up. Drunk tongue speaks. That's what I'm saying. What kind of mental? No, you were speaking real facts. Say what? Okay, that's what his self-hating ass get. The woman he said was too dark is the same color he is. The fuck yes. Oh, fuck out of here. When Connery comes back to bite you, yeah, he is an assistant district. Yep. Don't punish us chocolate sisters for that janky name. That's your mama's doing. Wayman, what in the hell is Waymond? Child, he's a prosecutor. I would love what his sentence recommendations. That's what I'm saying. You have to go back and look at all of that. You're about to lose your job. I hope so. But see, they're not saying anything about his job. They're supporting him. They came out with the whole statement. Prior to joining our office, Mr. Wesley went through treatment and has worked with the State Bar of Texas to resolve his issues. His recovery is ongoing. I am a believer in second chances, and Mr. Wesley has conducted himself professionally since joining our staff. I am confident that will continue. Girl, you better keep your eyes open. All eyes open. The fuck? There's colorism treatment. Very much so. I was just thinking that I was going to go down the rabbit hole today. I'm off. Don't come for my oxtails. I don't care what they say about oxtails. I'm eating them. Oh no, oxtails is my favorite dish. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it on Friday, y'all. Oh, so that's Chef Way and what's been going on with him. Fuck you, Chef Way, nigga. Now let's get into Donnell Jones so we can get the lesson out of this story. So Donnell Jones, y'all, he ends up falling asleep and driving into a ditch after falling asleep at the wheel. So he shared pictures of his accident. And I said to myself, damn nigga. I mean, you were in the ditch a while before you woke up and realized it was time to like, what? I was like, damn, he was deep in this ditch. So he fell asleep in the ditch. He ended up in this ditch, and he had a message for us when he posted it on his Instagram. And he was basically wanted to say that, I walk away with no injuries, but I learned a valuable lesson. You know, I'm all about lessons. That is, if you're tired, just park the car because this could have been bad. I know that I'm truly protected, but I needed this experience. Thank you, God, for wrapping your arms around me as you always have done. My love and loyalty is to you. And that is strictly what that is. A lot of us work, a lot of us do a lot of shit that require our attention to be off sleeping. Even myself, I always catch myself late at night, like especially dozing off. If you go to sleep, if you working hard, if you're a trucker, if you're doing any of that stuff, take a break. I think I opened the show with sometimes people need to just take a break and be pampered and cared for. Take a break. Don't let us just let this story pass and we don't realize that it could be a wake up for anybody out here. God might be using Donnell Jones to tell us, take your ass a break. If you that person that's overexhausted, overworked, doing all that shit, you got days in the bank, take a fucking break. Take the time out so you don't end up in a fucking ditch. All right, so moving along, and I wanted to share that because I saw the lesson there and I said, yeah, how many of us have done that? Now we got Mariah Carey, y'all. And I don't know why people phrase this as a custody battle. She wants primary custody of twins with ex-husband Nick Cannon after he welcomed baby number 12. Now here's my thing. Apparently their current child custody arrangement was fine. You know, whenever he wanted to see kids, he will let her know. They will make arrangements and will go like that. You know, they were amicable about it. You know, at the demand or the financial, cool. Unfortunately, with him welcoming the 12th child, Mariah is like, See, what you're not about to be doing is be bringing yourself all in my children's lives when you want to, pop in now because you got all these kids running around here. Let me get custody of my kids and I'll be the definitive sole decision maker for what goes on in their lives. So she goes on to say, you know, the source further clarified, but she wants to put him on notice that he can't just fit in and out of their lives while he attends to his other children. And she wants legal standing as the twins' primary caregiver. Carrie isn't trying to punish Cannon, the insider clarified. She feels compelled to do what she feels is best for their children. And you know what? She has the resources where I don't see this as being a problem. In actuality, I think Nick Cannon can forego some of his custody with some of the kids to help him provide for the other who may not be as fortunate as Mariah's children are. I don't see a problem with it. That man can't be there for all them kids all the whole time, all them times. Am I really staticking that much? I don't really see the problem with it. Say what? When you're tired like that, you have to roll the window down. It keeps you up. Oh, sound like you know something about that. Okay, they can go up to 200 pounds. I'm gonna do something strange for a little bit of change. Hey, Shantae. Good morning, Shantae. Good morning, Shantae. What do y'all think about Mariah Carey wanting full custody of her kids with Nick Cannon? Y'all think she got a right to do so? I think it's okay. I think free that man. If you want to do that, free that man up to spend with the other 10 kids he has. I mean, by the end of this year, he might be on 13. I think it is a point where you have to say, okay, as a parent, like, okay, what the fuck are you doing? Because you still got to be in my kids' lives. I told you next Thursday we got this. Are you gonna be you know? And I think for Mariah Carey, given what she has, her resources and what she's probably trying to do with her kids, it doesn't help for Nick Cannon to be around and they see his father in the news with kids here and there. I don't think it's a problem. Honestly, give Mariah kids the emancipation, okay? Ah! His children are going to resent him once they get older, and I foresee a few baby mamas going to have issues soon too. I absolutely see that too. The fact that he is a public defender is truly frightening. Good morning, Between Pages. Chef Way, absolutely. And the fact that they're standing behind this man, they're confident that he's changed. I hope so. I fucking hope so. Well, I'll stick to the Mariah Carey story. It don't seem like the crew really y'all agree. Either y'all agree with me or y'all just like whatever. He gonna have another child, either or. Let's talk about Tory Lanez trial. So Tory Lanez hires one of Suge Knight's former attorneys following Megan Thee Stallion trial verdict. And it was so much hype around Tory Lanez hiring Suge Knight's former attorney, because if you remember, this was the same attorney who helped him on a case that he didn't beat that actually got him some jail time. And so a lot of people were like, oh, is this going to be the same thing that happened here? But what you got to understand is that even at that, during that same time, Suge still hired that man who then got him off on something else. So it's really about having a lawyer who understands their client and not so looking at their wins and losses. If you understand your client, you probably know what you're going into. So he hired Suge Knight's attorney. The attorney specializes in appeals, which is what Suge Knight was doing. Specializes in appeals. His current attorney, I always get the name wrong, Modessen, does not. And they're not leaving on bad terms. They're leaving on good terms. Modessen was like, I'm going to show up on court on Tuesday for the new motion. And so did so. They're all on good terms. They got the new attorney. And so I want to put this first before I go into anything else. Milagro Grams was the first one to come out here before any of my other sources through her Twitter page to come out here and say that Tory Lanez sentencing has been rescheduled from January 27th to February 28th. Now let's talk about this. So remember I told you that they can't have a new trial unless they're they can't request a new trial. They can't appeal on a new trial, but they can request a new trial. And so that's what this motion was for. The motion was to delay the sentencing hearing by a month so that we can come back and request a new trial, and B, this is what got me. They want to request the removal of barring Tory Lanez from talking about the case. And I said, you know why they want to do that? I said, because if Tory Lanez can talk about the case right now, it stokes public opinion. And when you stoke public opinion, it shapes favor. It starts shaping things. People start coming out here being like, crime, criminal. We want to hear these details. We want to hear what he has to say. So that's what he wants to do. He wants to move the sentencing hearing back so he can present these new motions. So it's supposed to be like within a week turnaround time frame. We're supposed to see this man go back and present these new motions. So rapper Tory Lanez sentencing for shooting Megan Thee Stallion has been rescheduled from the 27th to the 28th as his new lawyers prepare to ask the judge to grant him a new trial. This was finalized in a court a few minutes ago. As I told you, Milagro let us know that soon as, and then I followed up with everybody else. So it goes, let's say, Tory's new lawyer, David Kenner, pictured leaving the courthouse, spoke briefly with reporters. He said, I look forward to litigating the motion for new trial. He knows the issues he'll be raising, but I'm not prepared to share them at this point. We are very confident, though. And so the court confirms that the hearing tomorrow will be for a substitution of an attorney. And that's what we saw, because the current attorney doesn't do appeals, and that his current attorney attended the trial. According to Rolling Stone, Kenner is preparing to file a motion for a new trial and a separate motion to dissolve the protective order barring Lanez from discussing the case. We look forward to litigating the motion for new trial. We are very confident. Now, I can't even lie. I don't know what they're confident on, and I don't want to speculate. I want to pay attention to the facts. But what we do know is if they're not filing an appeal and they're going straight for a new trial, we know that's a whole different kind of motion. We know that he's presenting procedural facts saying that this whole case was fucked up from the beginning. We do know that has to play a part in this. And secondly, barring the protective order, barring him from speaking about this case, I think that if this motion is presented, I don't think that'll go through. I think the judge will probably want Tory Lanez to still no longer speak about the case until that is settled. Had this just been a sentencing, we're just delaying the sentencing, I think they would allow him to speak because we're going straight to sentencing. But knowing that we're going to grant new motions, you know, they're asking for new things. I don't see the judge doing that. Now, I could be wrong, but I mean, only time will fucking tell. Only time will tell. Eddie has 3 baby mamas, I believe. Most of them with Nicole. The new baby mama came later in life. I think she's the wife now. Has Milagro admitted that she's on Tory's payroll yet? If he goes on that stand, it ain't gonna end well, baby. Tory been shifting public opinion even before the trial. All those leaks through Milagro, academics, that's all that was gonna happen. It's obvious at this point. She was with the family when they were blaming Rock Nation post the trial, baby. I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen. She's gonna find herself up a shit's alley. So that's what's going on. Now I got 10 more minutes left in our show, y'all. So I want to get to this Jason Lee Armon, Cardi B, and Wiley show, little T. And I was watching all of their videos and I tried to pull it all together for y'all this morning. So but before I do that, I want to make sure y'all hit that like button for me. I want to make sure y'all hit that like button. So let's get into this. So Jason Lee came out with this big announcement. Jason Lee throws a huge Hollywood party to celebrate the launch of his new show, The Jason Lee Show. Yes, y'all. He is calling his new show The Jason Lee Show. Now, does that sound familiar? The Armon Wiggins Show? I said, what? What are we doing? You couldn't come up with the JL Show, the Lee Show. You couldn't come up with nothing else. You really had to go and do the Jason Lee Show. So yes, he's coming out with the Jason Lee Show. And let me make sure. He's kicking off the show. He's saying he's going to produce this into like an hour-long show. The ambitious media mogul made it his own, creating the perfect environment to spill all the tea. Lee will transition his weekly YouTube live stream into a fully produced 1-hour weekly talk show featuring fun segments and candid and compassionate conversations with celebrity guests. Now, I said, nigga, you ain't doing nothing but recreating your YouTube show. What network you going on? Don't tell me you're recreating your YouTube live stream into an upload for YouTube. What's the difference, Jason Lee? Everyone can do that. Fully produced. I mean, what? I said, wait, let me read this for what it is. He will transition his weekly YouTube live stream into a fully produced 1-week talk show. This just sounds like an upload. You ain't fooling me. But whatever the case is, he goes on to say that he's entered his first guest in the books is going to be Cardi B. And so everybody was like, oh shit, that's a dig at Armon. Armon was trying to get Cardi to be on his show. That's shade. And I'm like, Armon don't give a fuck. I honestly don't think he cares. If it was his opportunity, he would have got it. Yeah, he probably won it, but at this moment, you got it. But he's coming on his show. Now, fans would not let this man live this moment down. So they posted this video on Twitter back when Jason Lee was talking heavy shit about Cardi. Y'all check this out.
I love Cardi as a friend, but Cardi as an artist, there's no reason to talk about it right now. She's not active. She had one song. I told her I didn't really like the song. I didn't promote the song. So we didn't talk about the song. She hasn't been on my show. She's going to come on my show. She told me recently she's coming on the show. When she comes on the show, then we'll get into everything. We're going to get into this. We're going to get into you because you are a miserable ass hater.
We're going to get into you because you're a miserable ass hater. Who y'all think he was talking about? Well, baby, it didn't take too fucking long for Armon to respond and see that shit. So first, we see Armon responding to the news of him having his show on Twitter. So Armon goes on to say, I could never imagine being such a loser. I had to live vicariously through someone else's success. Like, where is your W? He continues saying, you have to learn from your mistakes, and I'll never make that one twice. And so people started calling him out on Twitter. They're like, the Jason Lee show. Child, I know this ain't an Armon Wiggins copy by a spinoff. I'm screaming. Well, enough was enough, man. Armon had got enough of that shit, so he finally had his little 2 cents that he wanted to say. Y'all check out what Armon had to say. Y'all know it's gonna be all it is. So y'all check out what he had to say. Crazy.
No one cares. No one cares. No one cares about you. You better hope you have a Cardi or Tiffany Haddish or Rihanna, somebody, because without them, you're not getting into the Grammy. You're not getting in. No one cares about you. You're not that girl like that. We're not impressed. And let's be very clear. You can call your hackers. You can call your private investigators. Do what you need to do, baby. If you feel like you can zap me off the internet, girl, guess what? Zap me off and you're still going to be trash. No one cares about you. We've seen the Jason Lee show. We've got the t-shirt, girl. It doesn't matter how many times you try to repurpose Hollywood Unlocked, gagging. You fire this one, that one. No one is interested, girl. You've been it doesn't matter how many photo shoots you take, how many rebrands you do. We don't give a fuck. We're bored. You're late.
Maybe. Armon said, not today. Nigga, we don't give a fuck about your shit. And let's be honest. The whole Jason Lee show, this looks like Hollywood Unlocked to me. Just a changed logo. It don't look like he's doing anything different. And honestly, the benchmark of this is going to be Cardi B. And then who you land for your next show. So for him to produce this hour-long upload, to me, it ain't going to be no different than what he does weekly on the live stream. But hey, I don't want to be a hater. I'm going to stick around and see what it is, what it's hitting for. So people also were saying stuff like this. Like Cardi B uses Armon Wiggins, in my opinion. I've been peeped that. She should have been giving you that interview. But in my opinion, she uses you because you in them YouTube streets and your commentary is more potent. Not saying you never will, but your platform is better and bigger than his. And so, you know, Cardi B has schmooze with Armon. So Armon kind of felt like, you know, she hit me up for a single. She shouted me out and all this shit. If she gonna do anything, she gonna come to my show because I got the numbers. People follow me. People watch me. Bitch, I am the culture. And you can clearly see that Jason Lee is some culture. He has somewhere, but it's payola. And so to see Cardi B linking up with him, it's like, So we're all going to want to see what this first interview about. Yeah, I'm going to do commentary on it, but it's going to be interesting. Are you going to address the shit he said about you, how your single was whack and all of this other shit about that? Are you going to address all of that, or is it just going to be a straight one-sided? And are y'all going to talk about Armon Wiggins? This is going to be really interesting. Now, I ain't the only one giving commentary on this. You know, the Wiley Show is giving commentary on this. And so the Wiley Show, also one of his viewers lent themselves and agreed with what that last comment that I posted up about Cardi B and, you know, he should have been playing to Nicki. So y'all get into how Wiley Show slid his ass into the mess. Check this out. Leave it up to Wiley, child. Hit that like too.
Your ops. Yes. And you know what? To be fair, when Nicki Minaj retweeted Armon's, was it his song or whatever she retweeted, he got more views off of that tweet than when Cardi B tweeted him. He got lesser, views on that. So that just goes to show you that Nicki Minaj really pushed Armon out there, and it wasn't Cardi B on all of praises to Cardi B for putting him out there, for getting him forward. No, it was that Nicki Minaj tweet. Cardi B was.
So that aired on on the Wiley show, and so Armand, people bumbled it up to bring it to his attention, and so Armand responds. So Armand responds to Wiley. He goes, "I would never argue or fight with a disabled person. They will always win by default." And somebody in the comments put, "His producers will send him this tweet in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1." I said, "What the fuck is going on?" So you got Armand and Jason Lee. It's really not a beef or an argument. It's just them. They shade the fuck out of each other. They subliminally shade the fuck out of each other. This started with, Jason Lee feeling like he got to throw some fucking shade again to you lazy motherfuckers, because you stepping up doesn't mean you got to put somebody down. And you always find yourself doing that, Jason Lee. And then, Armand just on some, nigga, don't nobody give a fuck about your shit. And I really think Armand was speaking for a lot of people, because I felt the same way. Honestly, like, don't nobody, nigga, blow up. You gonna do it, nigga, do it. Stop launch party this and blow up that. And nigga, I want to see you do it. Just do the shit and do it. And if it's coming from Armand, it is. But I see them scrapping it out again. I see this coming. You got the Wiley giving his commentary on it, and people are selling Armand, and Armand's like, I'm not even finna start with him. So we're here. We're here with these four. And then you got Cardi B in the middle, because people are feeling like she's being shady towards Armand. They don't get along. It's alleged that you like Armand more than you do Jason Lee, but we're here now. So it'll be funny if Armand get that Nicki interview, though. That'll be funny. Now that on that Queen Radio, because she gonna launch that when the album drop. It'd be funny Armand be on Queen Radio, but everybody's saying that Nicki don't fuck with Armand. I said, well, we'll see. I'll be here to talk about it. I will be here to talk about it. All he does is name drop. Period. Where's his iHeart? Okay. Has Jason ever been original? Didn't we watch him steal from Kaya and never get the views she does? Okay. Oh, Barty Gang gonna remember. Jason hanging it up flat screen. A spinoff. A little spinoff. I'm not watching shit. I agree with that statement. But are they gonna be real with each other? No. I really see Cardi B and Jason Lee. It can go one of two ways. Some real ass shit. They start the interview on addressing all of their real shit and then having a nice interview, or just being fake. One or two ways. I don't watch neither. Wiley messy ass. Shout out to the Wiley show. Shout out to the Wiley show. Not Reap. I'm going to put that in my back pocket. He did. Oh my. Cleo Wiggins. Out of order. Out of order. Child about ain't really feeling Armand. No, they're not. I was looking at that. Turn on your notifications. Yes. And don't forget, please, if you have not, please subscribe to my Crime TV channel. That is our second channel. That's where I'll be doing my uploads for my Crime TV. And thank you for joining me today, y'all. We went over a lot of different topics. Today, we did our local news and we did our hot topics. Replay crew, thank you. Please hit that like button. Crew, please hit the like button. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Lord, we all know how this album rollout going to be. She definitely going to have planned dust ups with, look at you. You already, don't be talking about the rollout plan. Don't be talking about the rollout plan. All right, crew. I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate y'all, yo. I've been really enjoying our shows in the morning. I appreciate it so much. A good time. We talked about everything. We cover all of our show this morning. Do I even have an overlay still? Yeah, we cover everything here this morning. And rest in peace to this young man, Karon. Please don't forget about him. We're gonna keep that story up. I don't care if it was a black man or not. And definitely gonna keep that name up. And thank y'all for being here. And until next time, crew. Until next time, Friday, we're gonna be talking about Young Thug. We're gonna be talking about what Arkansas is gonna be doing to drag shows. We're gonna get into Kenneth Petty, and we're gonna get into some oxtails, among other topics. So please come back, y'all. And the Neo Soul session. Listen, Yeah, okay. I got you. Because I promised myself I would not say dates anymore. Because I'm sick of promising and then shit happens. So I got you. Because I definitely got my playlist already ready. And the Mega Million is at 1.3 billion. Damn, baby. I will hold by. I will be good and set. I will set like 4 or 5 generations of my family up. I'm talking about wealthy up in different states. I want my lineage, my generation to be. I need you to go to California. I'm gonna give you the whole block. Just own it, rent it out, get you a family, do what you need to do. Like I'm thinking about longevity. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here from Bama. We got our 2 hours. Let me see how these likes is before I get out of here myself. Where we at with the likes? Yes, thank y'all. I appreciate it. I am playing. If I win, we having a Cash App party. Okay, listen. Oh, we gonna have a nice Cash App party if I win. Y'all, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna be like, just and you get. All right, y'all. Y'all drop some crowns. We about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all so much. Until next time, crew. Until next time. Deuces.
Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman news gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman news.
Good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you.